get to. This one is episode 6, if I'm not mistaken. All I can say is I'm sorry. What'd you guys think of the episode?
I think it was just a build up for the end. Go ahead, because you was about to go in.
I was gonna say, was this not the best episode? Am I crazy?
Okay, thank you, because I thought I was gonna have to fight you on this one, because I thought I was gonna have to fight you. No. Yeah, I agree. Like, this was a phenomenal episode. I know it didn't advance the story the way we wanted to, the way the Build My storyline. But damn, that storytelling and the writing and the heartfelt and going back to the Omni-Man Invincible fight, I thought was crazy, and it was incredible to see. Kind of like Superman-esque as far as like, the city's getting destroyed and we get to see the aftermath of that type shit. We get to see
like Man of Steel.
Yeah, like Man of Steel. People, that was number one complaint. Like, hey, what the fuck happened to all the people in those buildings and shit? And they kind of talked about it, I think, on BVS. But no, in this one, they talked about it here, and you got to see the tribute, the Black Walls, back at this Ground Zero and all that.
There was a fuckload of them.
A lot of people, man. A lot of people. So I absolutely enjoyed this episode completely. This is up there. This is definitely up there as far as like storytelling, writing, everything. So
I was just thinking of the season, just because, like the other one for me would probably be Cecil's like backstory.
Yeah, for sure. That's up there too. Like, I don't know if it beats Cecil. It might.
I don't know. That's why I was asking.
I don't know.
Well, let me chime in.
Go ahead.
It is not. I think I did like the aspects of the episode that you guys are pointing out, but I did not like Powerplex. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
I did not like his character at all. I think, like, yes, what his intentions were and what he wanted to do, I understand it. But the blaming Invincible was kind of like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I get some of the points, but the whole grand scheme of him blaming Invincible was kind of crazy. And then ultimately, by the end of it, you're gonna blame him for the death of your wife and baby. Like, that was even crazier to me. I was like, bro, come the fuck on. Like, this guy's an idiot at this point.
I get it. I get it. And the scene with him holding her arm, like, that was fucking crazy. And I could see where he's like, he's got my sister's arm like that, and he's traumatized, man. I can excuse all of that to trauma and losing his not just his sister, but his little niece who he was just playing with in the park. I completely get it. When that happens to somebody emotionally, you're looking for somebody to blame, and the person that's to blame is not here anymore, then it's you. Then I'm going after you. Like, I'm fucked up in the head, and I just lost 2 people that I cherish. And his wife being on board too. Like, no, I loved her too. I loved her too.
That
do what you gotta do.
Off.
To me, I didn't. That didn't piss me off. I completely understood it. Like, I get some people being like, no, what are you doing? Like, we still have us. You still have us. And I get that point too, but I still like what they did with her and being like, nah, we loved her too, and we loved your niece too. I forget the name, but do what you got to do. I love that aspect.
Like, I being on board with him is okay to me, but by the end when she spit in Invincible, I was like, come the fuck on. Like, you could have been like the good angel side of it, like where the husband's obviously pissed off. Powerplex is pissed. She could have been the one, like, trying to talk to Invincible, but no, she spits in his face, being like, come on, it's not his fault. This nigga took the worst beating out of them all. Like, he was when Powerplex was working.
They don't know that.
Yeah, Powerplex was working and watching the video of Invincible getting his ass whooped. He was watching it back. Like, you're seeing this man, he's fighting for y'all, and he has to take the beating of it all. But you're like, and I understand your point of why he's mad at him. He's not in his right mind, and he's just taking it out on somebody. I get that, but to the extent he went was bullshit.
Like, I'll speak on that. The way he fucking and Invincible pissed me off too. Like, wanting to fucking immediately go to them and try to like, he went to them, and then Powerplex fucking came like, no, don't get the fuck out of there. Leave the building so that they're okay. You don't have to fucking go and grab them and take them away. He wants you, leave. That pissed me off. I get that point. He's immature. He's young. He's still fucking learning shit. I get that point. But then what pissed me off even more was like, this motherfucker had his, and he's traumatized. I get it, but it still fucking upset me. He fucking went all electric mode on fucking Invincible and turned around, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that just fucking happened. Like, that was crazy. So that whole fucking scene, that whole situation just pissed me off completely. That was bad. But
I actually liked his character.
I liked Powerplex. Which is Aaron, by the way. That's fucking Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, Aaron
I
Paul.
just feel like it was very real. Like, That's
Yeah,
what
for sure.
that's
for
what
sure.
happens. Like if he's like riddled with trauma, and then
Mhm.
you have somebody in your life that you love, and they enable you to
Yup.
like work like for that trauma, like they enable that trauma in you. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna do things, and you're gonna blame other people and make all those mistakes, and you're still gonna be like, it was your fault. Like I had nothing to do with this. It was you because you're such a deeply hurt person, and you don't.
Yep.
So
agree.
I like that.
And it's also the fact that he didn't face no repercussions in his eyes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the best point. That was the best point he had.
Like you go through all that, they're just fighting through the city, and regular people are dying. Superheroes have to face no fucking justice like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's on top of like it's anger of that, and that's on top of the trauma of losing them. Like J Mac said, you were just with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. That's why I believed it. I already was thinking that he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So like anything that he did, it wasn't like out of left field for me.
But like, and I can justify it slightly because he, like, we saw it. He tried to talk to people. He tried to make it something that the world.
Yeah, he
can
tried
do.
everything
He
else first.
tried.
He tried everything else he could
And then
first
it
before doing
made
what
him
he did.
crazy.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, I mean that's really it. And I don't know. We're gonna get to it obviously, but I don't know if I'm counting the end with it because that boy,
Yeah.
when I saw that shit, I was like, whoa, and I called it. But yeah, no, I don't know if I'm counting that with. I also thought that this was the best, like, I don't want to say side story, but kind of filler-esque
Yeah, the best
episode
sidetrack of the main. Yeah,
that
There was
they've
definitely
done
character
this
development
season.
in here. Like he definitely got
That
some
too,
character
yeah.
development.
Yeah.
This
And it was
definitely-
a character development that like I actually like attached to. Like I was like, yeah, you need to learn this fucking lesson.
Yeah,
because this time it wasn't like it wasn't a normal alien like lesson, like some crazy time travel lesson. It was somebody from the planet is really trying to talk to you. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you like, if you feel like the Cecil episode is better, I can't fault you on that either.
No, yeah. It's tough to pick from those. I think I have this one, and it's close. So
I think so.
really
I think
fucking
so
close.
too. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I even enjoyed Rex and Ray's storyline. You know, of them or Ray really contemplate like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fucking die for this shit. And Rick's like, well, I enjoyed that, and I understood her point of view, and we almost died. I'm ready to leave. Like that's I get it.
It was like the realest shit in the whole show. If I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, that another thing that made me mad about the episode was they were at the birthday party bowling and stuff, and he cut the TV off. I understand why he cut it off, and he maybe he didn't hear him calling for Invincible, but to tell me that nobody was sending him messages like, bro, he's calling specifically for you, and then the second encounter he doesn't like step up again, I was mad. Like, bro, just go figure out what the hell he wants. But it takes to the end, and that's what made it worse for me. Like, I was like, it could have probably been resolved.
But that's what he wanted. He wanted him.
I agree with that too, though. I agree with what you're saying, but I also think it goes back to what J-Mag was saying. And sometimes I think we forget that these events of Invincible are like the show took forever to come out, but the events of Invincible are like kind of contained within how I don't know how long it's fucking
45 minutes, right? Is that,
I'm saying like the
season 1 to 3.
Like, yeah, like how much time has passed really?
Yeah,
I
think it's
couple
like
years.
I don't think it's a couple years. I think it's even shorter.
I think
than
it's
that.
only for like
a year.
1 year.
Yeah,
it's for sure a short amount of time.
Yeah,
and he just really hasn't been a hero that long.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, like
that's what me and Cody were saying last week.
His actions really just show that he
might
still
be
does stuff
a
that.
Year. Go ahead, my bad.
I think so too. I think it is within a year. I don't think it's been that long.
Because that was the first time they had.
That was the anniversary, right?
That was the first.
That was the
one,
anniversary.
Exactly. So yeah, it's only been a year.
It's been a year.
So like you really think about it, like he just really hasn't been a hero that long. He doesn't have enough shit under his belt to really like be moving like a hero should be moving, like a fucking.
He's 19.
Captain
He's 19
America
and he just got powers at what 18, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just think he's still
yeah,
learning,
yeah, I agree.
and
Speaking
we
on
forget
Cody's issue, I guess that first one when he was bowling, I'm pretty sure he heard his name or like catch his name, but he
It
also
started.
said, like,
I think because I think
Yeah,
it started. Yeah.
he turned it off. He's like, there's other heroes. Like he didn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
He's like, there's other heroes that can handle this. I'm not the only one. I'm trying to make time for you guys. I get that point. Like he doesn't need to be over there, and I get it. And then the second part, like he was gonna step up, and then he was like, no,
for sure.
you're gonna make it worse. He's not right. Let me handle it. And I agreed with that point too. So I didn't have any issues with that.
Because
I
like
didn't have any issues.
because when he first showed up, he got on the mic and started talking, and some of the people started turning around because they realized he was naming people that died, and then he was
Yeah.
making sense to them. So
Yeah.
like I'm saying, at that point, you didn't even hear him out. Eve was like, "Nah, I got this." Like y'all aren't even trying to hear him out. That pissed me off because it's the second time he tried it.
Yeah, I think it goes just back to what I said. Like he'll learn in the future. Well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future,
probably.
apparently, but he'll learn how to deal with how to deal with situations better.
But yeah, fantastic episode. The title sequence I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
Where's it? Invincible. Like,
That shit was elite.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was funny.
That shit was amazing.
I had a good laugh at that, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, good end credit scene. Sterling Brown, right? Is his name? He's back. He's back, and he's got a bunch of variants with him. That was kind of crazy. That was kind of cool. That's like another storyline before we get to Viltrumites, though. I'll tell you that. And I think I'm on board with it. It looks interesting. Like, oh shit,
Bro,
how's this gonna work?
One of them was wearing a Viltrumite outfit.
Yeah. Yep. Viltrumite fit and
That shit
mustache.
was
and
crazy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
That's the only part I caught too. I thought it was him when we first saw the robot because I
Yeah.
think it panned out, and I think we saw black skin. Maybe I don't remember what, but
yeah, we did.
yeah, I was like, wow, he's really not dead. And actually, that really makes me happy because I just felt like he in the last season. I don't know if I want to say underutilized, but it felt underwhelming. Maybe his storyline.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
In season 2 a little bit. So I'm glad he's back because yeah, that's how I felt.
Cool. Great episode. Fantastic. For the most part, I've been enjoying the season, man. I really have. I know the last one was filler. I still enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it as much, but I still enjoyed it. But this whole season to me, I think it's been great. It's been good.
We know it's not filler, but
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you know how people get.
Yes,
you
yeah.
know.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts on episode 6. All I can say is I'm sorry. So yeah, fantastic episode. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below.